What do you do if an officer puts his foot in your door and won't let you close it? Well, the best thing you can do is what happens right here. They won't be able to put their foot in your door if you don't open the door.
Charges for you for disorderly conduct?
For disorderly conduct, you want me to go to jail?
Yes, ma'am.
And what is your proof of disorderly?
The panhandle driveway that you drew.
Okay, well, I'm right here, sir.
You want to get that taken care of now, or?
No, sir, I'm going to wait for you to do your job legally. Thank you.
I'm doing my job right now.
Thank you. I appreciate your service.
I bet you do.
I do.
Can you open the door?
No, thank you, sir.
Why not?
Didn't I answer your questions? Do you need me to repeat it?
What's your question?
You had the question why I can't open the door. Didn't I already tell you?
No.
Oh, well, you got a body camera to remind you.
Why can't you open the door?
Sorry, sir.
Open the door.
Open the door.
What I said. So you're gonna come out or no? Don't talk to us.
I don't either.
Get a warrant issued for your arrest.
A warrant because you can't give me a disorderly. Okay, sir. Thank you.
Charges?
So cops will always try to get you to leave your house, and it's very difficult for them to come in. So think of it like a vampire. A vampire comes in your house when you invite them. They can't cross that threshold unless you invite them, right? And that's what happened here. So he's trying to get her to come outside and said he's going to give her a citation for something. Once she's outside her house and outside of what's called the curtilage, he can arrest her for anything, right? But he can't come in her house and arrest her unless he's got a warrant to go in her house, right? Even if he has an arrest warrant for her, he saw her commit a crime. They went to the DA, they got a warrant. They're looking for her. If they caught her on the street, they can arrest her because they have an arrest warrant for her. But if they know she's in her house, they can't go into her house and arrest her without a warrant to go in the house, a search warrant, right? So what they'll do is they'll try to trick you outside saying like, come on, we just want to talk to you. Let us talk to you. But like I said, it's like a vampire, right? They can't come in the house unless you invite them in. So she did the smart thing, which is not opening the door, because if she did open the door and he stuck his foot in there, now you've got a problem, right? If you try to slam the door on his foot, even though he has no right to keep the door open and keep you there, he will still arrest you for assaulting a police officer. And, even if you think, hey, I can get out of this, he's in the wrong, you still are in jail and have to post bail, and you've got to deal with these assaulting a police officer charge. You might lose your job when it comes out in the paper or whatever. So the best thing to do is not to open the door at all. If they say, we just want to talk to you, say, just talk through the door. And they say, I can't hear you. Not my problem. If you want to open the door, which I don't recommend, and you have a chain on it, leave the chain on it, right? Because on the body cam and everything like that, it's going to look really bad if they bust through the chain and come in and get you, right? So do the police have a right to come to your door like this without a warrant? Sure, they have a right to come to your door, and they call that a knock and talk, right? So just the way an annoying salesperson or Jehovah's Witness can come to your house and knock on your door and talk to you, there's no law against that. There's no law against the police doing it either. But they're not allowed to be there if you tell them to leave. So when she tells him to leave, he should leave, right? The fact that he says, I'm going to issue a citation, blah, 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 you have to come out. Don't come out. That's a trick. They're going to arrest you. And if he says, well, if I have to come back, I'm going to get a warrant, it's going to be worse for you. It's worse for him because he's got to go to a judge and he's got to justify why he needs a warrant to go in your house. A man's home is his castle. It's sacred. And a judge is going to want to know, well, what probable cause do you have for going in the house? And if this guy, Sergeant whatever, says, oh, there's something wrong with the pad on her driveway and I need to break into her home with this warrant, the judge is going to send this guy packing. So, you've got that extra check and balance there, the judge. So don't come out. If they say, if you don't come out, we're going to go get a warrant and come in. Okay, go get a warrant. Next thing is let's say they have a warrant. Make them show you the warrant. They say, we've got a search warrant. Say, okay, let me see it. In almost every state, except for some weird states like Indiana, the police are required to show you the search warrant before they can go into your house. So if they say, I have a warrant, and say, let me see it. And a lot of times they're bluffing. They'll say, okay, well, we're going to get one. And then you'll see, well, they actually didn't have a warrant. And so you didn't have to let them in. So don't let them in without seeing it, unless you're in a weird state like Indiana where it's not required. And two, what if you made every mistake in the book, and somebody knocked on the door, and rather than saying go away, you opened the door and you didn't have the lock on, and this guy slams his foot in there. What you shouldn't do is slam your door on the guy's foot, because he's going to arrest you. And as I said, even though he's in the wrong, you're still in jail, and you might win eventually. But avoid that by not opening the door. Ironically, if he sticks a foot in the door, rather than you slamming it on his foot, you should do the opposite. You should step back. So now you're in your own house. And as I said, police are like vampires. They can't come into your house without permission. So if you step in your house and say, like, I don't give you permission to come in, are they going to, like, on body camera come into your house without a warrant? If they do, they're in trouble too, right? So they're not going to be able to come in, just say, I'm not allowing you to come in. I don't consent. I don't want to talk to you. I'm not going to answer questions. Leave right now. You're trespassing. That's what you should do, right? What are the circumstances under which they can come in? They're very limited exceptions for that, and don't give them that opening, right? So one, keep your hands where you can see them, something like that, everything like that, because, if you say, like, okay, I don't allow you to come in, I feel threatened, and you put your hands in your pocket, he might tackle you and say, oh, I thought he had a gun. Or, if you leave and you go in the other room, he might say, like, oh, I thought he was going in to get a knife or a gun. So when he went to the other room, I charged at him and I tackled him. So don't give him that opportunity. The foot's in the door, take a step back. So they'd have to come in and break the law to come in and get you, and just say, I don't consent to any searches. Go get a warrant. I'm not answering any questions. Leave, go get a warrant. You're trespassing. So rather than slam the foot on their door, do the opposite, take a step back and make them break the law to come in, right? So I mentioned, officer safety. That's one of the exceptions that, they can try to justify it. But, if you keep your hands where you can see it, you don't try to leave the room, they're not going to be able to say, like, hey, I thought he was going for a weapon, right? Another one is, I forget what it's called, but if somebody's in danger. So if you won't open the door, but they hear screaming in the back room, they're allowed to break in to, make sure whoever is in danger is okay. So don't give them that opportunity either. Say, I don't want to talk to you, whatever. And they say, like, well, we got to call somebody who's in trouble. It's like, no, nobody's here. Nobody lives here but me. And, if they try, any other BS, like, hey, are you okay? You seem off. Like, do you need some help? They don't care about you. They're just using this narrow Supreme Court exemption to try to come up with a justifiable excuse to go into your house. Don't fall for it. So as I said, this is what you do if they've gotten this far and they got their foot in the door, right? Don't slam it on their door because they're going to arrest you. Step back, tell them they're not allowed in, that they have to go to a warrant, that you're not going to answer any questions. So now they have to violate a lot of your rights in order for them to affect that and get the arrest thrown out. Don't give them a reason to use one of the narrow exceptions. Don't put your hands in a way that they can think you're going for a weapon, and don't let them ask you questions that can justify this safety check nonsense, right? So if you've done all that, you should be good to go.
Charges for you?
But as I said, the best thing that you can do is to not put yourself in that position in the first place, right? So the police are like vampires. As I said, they need your permission to come in. So don't even open the door. If they knock on your door, which they're allowed to do, and say, I need to talk to you, and say, okay, talk to the door. No, I can't hear you. That's not my problem. Why won't you come out? We just want to talk to you and we'll clear this up. No, I don't want to come outside. Go away. I don't consent to that. Don't give them what they want. They need you to come outside or give them permission to come inside. So if you don't do that, you'll be fine. So just remember, there's Supreme Court case law about this, and the area of concern, it's called the curtilage, right? And, and by the way, this person did, the best thing you can do besides not opening the door is to film them. So besides their body cam, if you have your own record of what they're doing it from your point of view, that's very powerful to a jury, because that camera's on their chest. It might not even be pointed at you. And he can say, you went for a gun and he charged you. And if it's not on camera, it's your word against his. But, when you've got a video of this guy getting up in your face and yelling, and calling you an asshole, that looks pretty good in front of a jury when you're suing the police. So just putting that out there. So film it. You have an absolute right to film any police officer when they're on duty. If they say, I don't give you consent to film me, it doesn't matter. The Supreme Court says you can. And that will help because, if you are a juror and you see this guy yelling up in your face like that, it's more powerful when you see it from this side of the camera than when you see it from the body camera. But once again, the best thing you can do is not open your door at all. Don't answer questions. And I don't know how many times I can say that, but yeah, don't even open the door. So if they say they have a warrant, ask to see the warrant. If they say they have an arrest warrant for you or anyone else in the house, it doesn't matter because you're in the house, and an arrest warrant doesn't give them the right to enter the house. Same thing if they're looking for an illegal alien or a wanted felon or anyone else. An arrest warrant gives them the right to arrest that person on the street. It doesn't give them the right to arrest that person in your house, even if you're the person on that warrant. So in order to enter your house, they need a search warrant. So there's a very sacred area of your house called the curtilage, and that's the inside and also the areas that are used by the occupants, like the front porch, the attached garage. And there's actually, if you ever go to law school, God forbid, there's, different cases you can go through about what's curtilage and what's not. There's a wraparound porch curtilage besides the front porch. If it's an attached garage, is it a curtilage? What if it's a detached garage? What about an outhouse? There's lots of cases about, what's a curtilage and what's not. And it's not that important. The most important thing to remember is, don't open the door. If you do open the door, have a chain on it. Don't let them put the foot in the door. If they do, don't slam it on them. If they put the foot in the door, step back, film it, tell them to leave, and that you don't consent. Follow those steps and you'll be fine. So if you're wondering who I am, I set up this channel. I'm a lawyer with 25 years experience. I retired from the federal government, and this keeps me from being bored. I just make these videos. I did work in transactional law. I never did criminal law, although I do enjoy it. In law school, I actually got the highest grade in my class in criminal law and criminal procedure, so I find this stuff fascinating, although I wouldn't want to do it for a living. Why don't I want to do it for a living? Some lawyers make a lot of money, but they're usually not criminal lawyers. And I grew up poor, so I didn't go to law school to still be poor. So that's why I wanted to do business law. But anyway, like and subscribe if you want to see more videos like this and me talking about it. And if you have any questions about this or any other issue, just put it in the comments. I'll see if I can shoot a video on it. If you want to support the channel, there's a Buy Me a Coffee link and a Robinhood link in the description, and a link to my other channel where I discuss stocks and stuff called The Underdog Investor. Look for the next video. Thanks a lot, everyone.